Hey guys, I just had to do another video because today I took my ASVAB. Woohoo! It was awesome. It wasn't as hard as all of the study material makes it seem. It was awesome. It was kind of easy. I mean, if you just relax and just take it, it's actually pretty easy. Um, Okay, so let's start off by giving you what my practice test score was. My practice test score was a 52. Sounds bad, but it's actually good. For Air Force, I think you need a. I don't know what the minimum is because I've always been like above the minimum. um, but okay, so on the practice ASVAB, I got a 52. And then today on my official ASVAB, I got a 67. Woohoo! So I had a 15-point increase from, I guess, the time I first started my journey, which was like 2 months ago when I took the practice test. Um, One moment, little parched. Okay, so it's kind of weird because I scored really high in the places I didn't think I was gonna score high in. Let's see. Okay, this is so confusing. This is what my scores look like. It is so confusing. I'm like, what the heck am I looking at, yo? Like, eh. There's a part that says Air Force right there, and there's a part that says standard score, and then down there, it's all backwards. It says 67 as my what? As my ASQ2 percentile, which is bomb diggity, all right with me. Anyways, um, but yeah. So let me tell you a little bit about my day, because it was a long ass day. They tell you that the ASVAB takes 3 hours. It literally takes 3 hours. During it, it didn't seem like it took that long, just because I guess I was kind of focused on what I was doing. I went in at like 10:30 or 11 and came out at like 1 o'clock or 1:15. I'm like, dang, where did the time go? A lot of the time, I spent doing it, or a lot of the time I spent, I guess, wasted, was going up and down from the fifth floor, which is the testing floor, to the sixth floor, which is like the in processing, out processing floor for the Air Force. So they would tell me something on the test floor, the fifth floor, and then I would go to the sixth floor, and they would be like, "No, that's all wrong. That's all wrong." So go back down to the fifth floor and see what they want you to do. So then they would be like, the fifth floor would be like, "No, no, you should be okay. You should be okay." And I'm like, "What the heck? Why do y'all not communicate?" So, but yeah. Besides that, it was all cool. Everyone was nice. All these eh, all these older men, all these older servicemans were like flirting with me. They were like, "You kind of have an accent." I'm like, no. I'm from Texas, but I do not have an accent. And so I didn't tell them that, but I was like, "What kind of accent do I have?" And they were like, "Oh, you have a not from around here accent." I'm like, "What the heck?" And so the dude was like, he was like, "Oh, you kind of sound like a Southern belle." I'm like, "What?" I I pride myself on not having an accent. Do you see my little bun? On not having an accent. I think I speak pretty darn well. I'm very articulate. I'm very knowledgeable. So, yeah, in his face. I don't have an accent. Okay. So besides that, okay, let's start from the beginning of the day. I don't know if everyone else's maps is like freaking far away from their house, but mine was forever away. It was like almost an hour away. I live in Litchfield Park, Arizona, which is the West Valley. And then I had to drive all the way to downtown Phoenix, Arizona. It was on the corner of First Street and Washington Street by the Chase Field where the Diamondbacks play baseball. I'm like, dang, they don't have any more. Just the one that's like freaking forever away. Anyways, I got there. It took like an hour to get there. I came in, saw the flag, saw like the little security cop guy, whatever. And I was like, hello, I'm here to take the ASVAB. He was like, all right, ma'am, I'm going to ask you if you have on any weapons and stuff like that. And then he was like, I'm going to ask you to pull out your social security and your photo ID. It has to be state or government issued. So, just so y'all know, if y'all don't have, I don't have a driver's license. And I know there's like, oh, look at my nails. I know there's like not a ton of people, you know, who don't have a driver's license, but a lot of people don't. So you can still show like your state ID. It just has to be government issued. Anyways, so he was like, I want you to take all that out because you're gonna need it. And so I was like, okay. So I went up to the sixth floor, which was the in-processing, or was the processing floor for the Air Force. And I talked to I was kind of, for some reason, I was like very chipper. Like I was very excited. Ugh, I was like joking with the staff and stuff. I don't know where it came from. I think it's because they were all men. I get along with men 100%, unless I'm dating them. But I get along with men so much better than women. So everyone I dealt with today was pretty much a man, which is good. Anyways, so I go up to the sixth floor. The guy, he's like, I had to do my fingerprints. The fingerprint thing is kind of cool because there's a screen, and the screen will have like these arrows. So if the arrow points that way to the right, you gotta kind of turn your finger and stuff like that. But I'm a freaking pro. I'm a gangster. So I just put my finger on, slid it up, and bam, there it was. Did that, put my finger on, slid it up, and there it was. It was nice. So I did that. I had to, throughout the whole thing, they tell you to keep checking your information just to make sure it's correct, just to make sure that no one screwed up. So, the guy was like, okay, check your social, check your address, check your name, and make sure that everything is spelled correctly, make sure everything is correct. So I did that, and then he printed out this sticker. It was like that big, and the sticker goes on your left side of your chest. And I guess the sticker's kind of like your pass to get on the fifth and the sixth floor. Um, then I get in the elevator. Oh wait, first after I got my sticker, then I had to like drop off all my personal belongings. I didn't bring in like my purse and stuff because I always have like big ass purses, and I don't want to make like a huge scene kind of thing. I have a big silver purse. I didn't want to, stand out that much. Um, so this is all I had was a nice little folder with like my birth certificate, my social, and and I had the sheet in there that my recruiter gave me. I guess that was like kind of my testing sheet, whatever. Huh. So that was in there. And then I had my wallet because it had like my money and my photo ID and stuff like that. So hold on.